be here.
Yeah.
He was here. If you were here, you would have no control. Mm-hmm. Here, this risk took everything. Yeah. God damn. You like this? Hotep and Bill.
Kanye on that drum. All right, so welcome back to Sunday's Corner, everybody. How you doing, sis? Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for coming through. If it seems like, oh, well, she's not even giving these people intros. No, I don't give them intros. I let them speak for them damn selves.
I thought my plight in life was about saving the world until I realized I didn't have the skills or the tools to save myself.
Yep. If you're not activating now, then what are you doing? Wasting my time, wasting your time. So let's go. Until next week.
Welcome. Her name is Kim Clayson. Clap it up for Kim Clayson. We love it. Kim Clayson, ladies and gentlemen. There she is.
It does look good. We are going to be flipping seats. Like I said, a lot of the states did go through redistricting. Maryland was one of them, Florida, New Jersey. So we'll be flipping a lot of seats in really good areas.
Sonny Johnson.
Oh, is it on? Like, it ain't like I'm not loud enough. You can't hear it. You know, I can be loud without music. And that, you know, before that, I was always like, I'm Hotep adjacent. You know, I would always say that. But when you got to that point, when I was like, okay, now it's Hotep.
What point did you get to?
Hotep and Bill. The point where when you hit the realization that it's not about necessarily winning the argument or fighting with the left or fighting with, you know what I'm saying? No, it's not about that. Now, I'm going to create the platform where you can find the content.
These last 5 years of my life have been absolutely amazing, and Chad has been a mentor and helped shape my brain. So if they call me a radical, I've been radicalized by Chad. He's the one that turned me into an anarchist.
Who's the nigga black supremacy? Talking about you guys.
The person who made sure we were government compliant and made us a non-profit organization officially. Shout out to Trish. Did an amazing job helping me out. I really appreciate her. Shout out to Crypto Wendy for coming out. Thank you, Crypto Wendy. Wendy, shout out to Syscoin, our sponsor. You know, shout out to Brody McFarland.
Secret Service, my handler. Take a picture of everything. Arrogant like a mother.
2, 1, boom. Hotep Jesus.
Of all the Jesuses I know, he's the Hotepiest. Social scientist and YouTube host, Hotep Jesus.
How the fuck do you get a name like Hotep Jesus?
The one and only Hotep Jesus.
Ryan Sharp, better known to the world as Hotep Jesus.
Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Somebody said, what do you think you are, some kind of Hotep Jesus?
Ooh,
and
that's
I was
good.
Just like, ooh, that's sexy. Yes, I do think I'm Hotep Jesus.
Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Oh, this is a real Hotep brother.
What's up, people? I'm back. Welcome to the Grift Report. Trying to find the link to the debates tonight. I think I should grift the debates tonight. Let's type in GOP debates. Let's see if they got a stream up yet. Republican debate tonight. Okay. Preview. All right. I think I might be able to find a link. So, y'all want to watch the debates with Hotep Jesus tonight? Maybe I'll grab Cannon or Unc and Griff with him. What do y'all think about that? Maybe I'll grab Cannon and Unc. And Chad, or whoever else. Y'all want to do that? Y'all want to watch the debates with the Hoteps? Think about double dipping the Grift tonight. What's today? Wednesday? Yeah, I don't have anything to do tonight. Y'all saying yes. All right. So we'll be back later with the debates. We'll cover the debates tonight. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be very grifty. Might as well grift the grifters. So, Big Ron B said Fox is suing anybody that plays more than 3 minutes. Oh yeah, I did see that. So wait, you're telling me that YouTube would take down the stream if I re-air it off of their channel? Is that what's gonna happen? That would suck. Because Fox doesn't want to compete with the Hoteps and every other content creator out there covering the debate. Hotep Boulay, what up, bro? Hotep Boulay, he was at Hotep Con. What up, family? Strawberry Fields, what up? He was at Hotep. Yo, real quick. So it was the last night of Hotep Con, and it was last night of Hotep Con. The farewell dinner, and I'm going around on my locals live. If you're not subscribed to my locals, go to locals, hotepjesus.locals.com, and I'm streaming live just to my locals community. And I saw Tari, and because he was one of the people closest to me, I started the stream off going to him first. Now, Tari is a talkative individual. He's very loquacious, and he's been talking the entire time. And I put the camera on him and I'm like, hey, we're live on Locals. What's up? And Tari just like stares at me with like these glossed over eyes. And I was like, okay. And I just moved on to the next person. We laughed about this the next day, me and Tari in a group. But what happened was Tari had run out of energy. Tari ran out of energy because we had partied so hard. Friday night, and then you got to wake up for breakfast, and then the talks at noon on Saturday. So by the time Saturday night came around, Tari was out of energy. We done wore Tari ass out. Pause. Man. Strawberry Phil says, I remember that. He was cooked. Listen, the Hotep party it's wild, man. It's wild. So I'm deferring to my chatters now. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe we'll find a stream that's streaming the stream and figure out some way to. No, excuse me. You said just don't show on screen. I'm pretty sure they'll ban the audio too. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Anyway, welcome to the Grift Report. I need my theme music. I need my theme music. Let's not start anything without first going to my theme music.
Yeah.
Y'all know what
Yeah. Yeah.
You gotta bless the platform. You know what I'm saying? Need some good Christ music.
Hey, buddy, what you cooking? Step 1, get into the word and get out the zoo. Step 2, kill your old self and become new. Step 3, turn from all the sinning that you used to do. Step 4, tell the whole squad they can do it too. Christ walk. Step. Hey, Christ walk. Step. And soon you gon' have to put the meal down and get some meat. Preaching sound good when you a baby. Christ, that ain't that sweet. Easy being Christian on the net, but what about in them streets? We at war with all these evil rulers. Are you down for beef? You gon' get persecuted by the world, even by your friends. It's gon' be the closest people to you. You thought that's your man. Devil working, he gon' push the limit to see where you stand. Especially when you have a weak moment. He know that's his chance. What you down to lose for the kingdom? You might lose your bands. I mean, look at me as an example. I done lost my fans. All these demons trying to bring you down any way they can. Are you gonna endure it to the end? Tell me what's your plan. Step 1, get into the word and get out the zoo. Step 2, kill your old self and become new. Step 3, turn from all the sinning that you used to do. Step 4, tell the whole squad they can do it too. Christ walk. Step. Hey, Christ walk. Step.
At this point, it's like common sense that ain't coming. So I ain't even really Christ walking, I'm running. From all of my sins, I'm making amends with all of the people I dislike. Because if I don't, then I'ma go down with the ones I dislike. Down with the wicked. Down and conflicted. Tell me, why would I ever risk it? This new life, why would I end it? I gave God my dependence. After he left his imprint, it was all switched in an instant. When I was transformed from a misfit, I gotta follow the covenant and get it right before he come again. On fire for Christ, I'm bubbling. Don't touch unless you got an oven mitt. Left everyone I was in trouble with. When I sacrificed it, he doubled it. I don't put faith in no other men. Yahweh is my only government. I'm the light child.
Step 1, get into the word and get out the zoo. Step 2, kill your old self and become new. Step 3, turn from all the sinning that you used to do. Step 4, tell the whole squad they can do it too. Christ walk. Step. Hey, Christ walk. Step.
Alright. Bryson Gray, Christ Walk. Bryson Gray, Christ Walk. Go stream that album now. Letters to Church, Part 2. All right, let's get into the Grift bag. What's in the bag today? I don't know. Let's see. Let's put this up on the screen, and you guys can follow along. So we got a little bit of relationship stuff here. Something somebody wanted me to look at. What is this? That. Larry Elder's upset. Some race shit is in here. Some black woman blacking out. Hawaii turning red. All right, let's just run through this because I only got an hour to cover all of this. Oh yeah, I meant to play this. This was supposed to be our song of the day. We got some more Vivek, Larry. All right, let's start right here. Let's start with this. Let's see if his new song is popping. Let's see.
Well, if it weren't for my old dogs and the good Lord, they'd have me strung up in the psych ward. 'Cause every day living in this new world is one too many days to me. Son, we're on the brink of the next world war, and I don't think nobody's praying no more. And I ain't saying I know it for sure. I'm just down on my knees begging the Lord, take me home. I wanna go home.
Got the dog in the background.
I don't know which road to go. It's been so long. I just know I didn't used to wake up feeling this way, cussing myself every damn day. There's always some kind got a bill to pay. People just doing what the rich man say. I wanna go home.
All right, I get it. It's cool. It's cool. It's a cool little tune. Make white music great again.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Dude obviously got talent. This ain't a banger like the first one, but dude obviously got talent. Good stuff. Good stuff. Oliver Anthony. All right, I like it. I like it. Hawaii's turning red. Let's take a look at it.
So why aren't you taking care of what you claim to be in charge of rather than sending out all these funds and whatever else you guys are sending to Ukraine or anywhere? Take care of here first. You know, this, I don't see why any president wouldn't step up and take care of what's part of their, you know, territory. I think it's a stupid move on his part. You know, Biden, yeah, he's an idiot. Sorry. No, not sorry. So why aren't you taking...
She called him an idiot. Oh, man. I mean, what up, Ghost Kev? Thank you. All right, that was cool. She didn't exactly say she's turning red, but we get the sentiment. Obviously, he's made some missteps somewhere. Let's go to the Gutfeld. We got Gutfeld from last night. I want to play some clips from my appearance on Gutfeld. Can we do that? Can we play some clips from that for the people that missed it? I'm not sure how long this link is going to stay up, but it's on the internet. Let's go here. Let's go to my appearance from last night. Let's play it here.
Hotep, it seems to me that if you have any kind of, like, I would say like a code or like a moral principle, that comes off as mean, right?
Yeah.
If you actually live by certain things.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, what do you expect from the country where they're chopping everybody's off?
Are you interested in starting your own faceless YouTube automation channel, but all people do is tell you to go to Fiverr?
I mean, so we got to understand the play that they play, right? It's demonize and dismiss, right? So they demonize whatever your argument is or the group of people with the argument, and then they dismiss it. And really what it is they want...
I got to get them to change that. It says YouTube host. Fuck YouTube.
Want to stop higher level thinking, higher level conversation, because higher level conversation leads to solutions, and solutions are the antithesis to the Democratic Party.
Mm-hmm. That is true. You know, Kat, some people think I'm mean to you.
Yeah. Where were they?
If I only filled out that form.
But then they offer him a cup, right? And they wondering why they ain't offer him a cup. Why didn't he drink from the cup? Well, it's because if they would have put a sign on it that said whites only, he'd have drank that bitch. Biden makes Bush's Katrina situation look like MLK or Selma.
Yeah.
Just a poor mishandling.
It is bad. All right, Tyrus. Where'd he go?
Just stop. Don't even ask me a damn question. All right, look.
Yes.
I like Vivek, too.
Yeah.
I like Vivek. Vivek's cool. Actually, I don't like Vivek.
I'm surprised with Scott, though.
He's the smartest one
I thought Scott would do better. I thought Scott would be doing better right now, and I don't know why he's not.
Here's the thing. Like, I'm objective, right? So I don't like Vivek, but I don't like Vivek for every reason why he's the best candidate outside of Trump. And it's because he's just a grifter, right? And this shirt-off thing is a pure example.
Why do you think he's a grifter?
Because look at him. He's preparing for his job after he loses the election. Mm-hmm. Like that's exactly what this is. He's like, I want to cover all angles, so after I lose the election, they know I have a nice body. Maybe Hollywood would call me up, or, you know, he's covering all angles. We might see him in a Weinstein movie soon. Who knows? I don't know.
He already got a call from Shirtless Tennis Guy Monthly. I'm the publisher, by the way. It's amazing what I can do in my garage. Do we have time for the next story? Because I love this story. A new report finds that... Hotep, last word
Oh,
to you.
yeah, that's the strategy.
Do you like
Forget
sad music?
that.
Yeah.
Listen, that Illuminati list has got another name.
Come get it. Whatever gets me out of child support, come get me.
Here's the problem, okay? These kids don't go outside. They don't get no sun. They don't touch grass. I'm hearing that kids is 20 years old. They're not getting no sex. So they're not touching grass and they're not touching ass. Okay? Then they get to school. They masked up. And they like, teacher, Mr. Smith, I got a question for you. Then Mrs. Smith turns around and like, it's Mrs. Smith to you. I'd be sad too. I'd be sad too.
Amen. All right, we got to move on.
So yeah, y'all got to go check that out. Latest episode of Gov Fell. We had a lot of fun. One of the better episodes. You said Hotep needs to replace Tucker. I'll take Tucker's spot. I ain't ready for that, but I could be ready. I ain't ready for that, but I could be ready. What else y'all saying in the chat here? I wish you would have finished the Sun. Hey, stay. What? Anyway, I'll be back on Fox. When I was in the, I don't want to, you know, I don't know what I'm supposed to say and what I'm not about to, what I'm allowed to share. But while I was there, I got invited to a different show. And then the producer hit me up for about another show. So it's like potentially three shows in total, 2 other shows I'll be on Fox. So we're going to bring that Hotep, we're going to bring that truth to Fox and make Fox great again. Fox, call me up, man. Like, you know, put me on salary. I'll show you how to make that thing do that thing. You know what I'm saying? I'll make that thing jang-a-lang. You know what I'm saying? I can put together some real fire content for you. It'll be lit. It'll be lit. Anyway, let's go back in the back. What screen are we on? This one. Okay, let's go back here. Let's change the screen. Bing bong. All right, so we went to that. Let's go to this rant. Let's see what this rant is about here.
Oh, they got all of us fucked all the way on up is what's going on.
Now remember, the last people on earth you want to piss off is black women. They want to try and remask us and re-jab us. I don't know if black women gonna allow that this time.
We don't give a fuck about no new COVID strain, United States government. We don't give a fuck. Biden, you ass still got to get the fuck on out. You still got to pack your bags and get the fuck out. If I got to come to the White House and move you out myself, you still got to get the fuck on out. Point blank, period. We don't give a fuck about no new COVID strain. I was just thinking the other day, I hadn't heard Nathan about COVID. And then boom, here come a new motherfucking COVID strain. We know that this shit is for the elections. We already know. We not dumb no more. Thank you, TikTok and Facebook and Twitter and Instagram for allowing us to get up here and find out the truth amongst one another. Cause you still gonna get the fuck out, Biden. Biden. Oh, they got all of us.
Yo, when a woman's fed up, a woman is fed up. Come on, sister, talk that shit. I support this woman wholly and completely. Biden, you got to get the hell up out of there. She said she got to move you out herself. You getting up out of Dodge. Tell him, sister. Tell him. They trying to remask us and all this shit, man. It's some bullshit. What else is in here? We got a stuffed bag. All right, let me cover this really fast. Let's jump here and then actually no, let's save that for a little bit later. I'm gonna come back to that because I don't feel like using my brain yet. That's part of the Vivek. That's part of the Larry Elder. All right, let's go here. Let's make people mad. Quote. This is from Graham Hancock. Graham Hancock was on the Joe Rogan podcast. Once upon a time, he says, quote, people that lived in Europe between 400,000 years ago and 8,000 years ago were as dark as people in Africa. We have always imagined that Europeans became light-skinned much faster. Oh, boy. So, basically, we was Europeans. let me dive in here. I didn't dive into the article and do any highlights. You know, this is basic knowledge for some of us. So it says here in 2012, scientists compiled a complete picture of this R-S-C genome. It suggested that fix the screen. Frozen mummy found melting out of a glacier. But something didn't add up. It says the Iceman about 5,300 years old. Other people with steppe ancestry didn't appear in the genetic record of Central Europe until about 4,900 years ago. He's too old to have that type of ancestry, says archaeologist. So this I guess they're saying this mummy predates Europeans. Krauss and colleagues put together a new genetic instruction book for the Iceman. The old genome was heavily contaminated with modern people's DNA. The researchers report new analysis reveals that the steppe ancestry is completely gone. But the Iceman still has oddities. About 90% of his genetic heritage comes from Neolithic farmers, and an unusually high amount compared with Copper Age remains. Iceman's new genome also reveals he had male pattern baldness, much darker skin than artistic representations suggest. Genes conferring light skin tones didn't become prevalent until 4,000 to 3,000 years ago, when early farmers started eating plant-based diets and didn't get as much vitamin D from fish and meat as hunter-gatherers did. As Otzi, so it has an umlaut. That's an umlaut. Those two dots above the O. It's an umlaut, and then it's German, so it's Otzi. As Otzi and other ancient peoples' DNA illustrate, the skin color genetic changes took thousands of years to become commonplace in Europe. People that lived in Europe between 40,000 years ago and 8,000 years ago were as dark as people in Africa, which makes a lot of sense because Africa is where humans came from, he says. We have always imagined that Europeans became light-skinned much faster, but now it seems that this actually happened quite late in human history. So, more proof that we was Europeans.
Hotep. Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Before I piss people off, let me leave that story alone. People are like, oh my God, he's a black supremacist. I can't believe it. I loved him on Gutfeld. Here he is. Black supremacy. What does it say here? Germany's left-green liberal government has approved a law allowing people to change their gender and first name once a year. R.I.P. Germany. I mean, as if Germany hasn't already been through enough hell between the overthrow of the Kaiser to socialism to national socialism to East and West Germany to modern day and becoming a middleman between Russia and the rest of Europe. Send my heart and condolences out to Germany. You guys had a good run. And that is the nail in the coffin. Cat Turd. I don't know if you guys follow Cat Turd. Cat Turd is an insightful account on Twitter. And he says here, Twitter is trying to force everyone into the center. And if you don't comply, the algorithms will throttle the fuck out of your account. That's okay. I'm going to continue to say what the hell I want and let the chips fall where they may. It is, however, showing who the phonies are. And Nick Fior adds some context here. He says, the thing is, most, if not all, of the influencers that Elon Musk, we're going to have to show more, that Elon Musk praises and fawns over are gaming the view count algorithm by forming response buddy groups where they agree to reply to each other's posts, or they have a social media manager that replies across multiple accounts, and they agree to subscribe to one another. In my humble opinion, of course. But read the responses to influencers like Krasenstein Bros, and you'll know this is true. So he's basically saying Krasenstein has some bot engagement to bump up his numbers. And somebody brought that up the other day. They're basically saying that, you know, the social media manager that runs the Krasenstein's accounts, after they make a tweet or a thread, they go into the thread and they reply to everybody in the thread, and this helps bump up the algorithm. Whether this is moral, immoral, or not, it's just information I wanted to give you guys. But the algo is definitely unforgiving. I would say there was a sweet spot right when Elon took over. There was a sweet spot where there's a massive bump in engagement. Like, I had never seen that type of engagement since I started, since like the old days of Twitter. And I was getting engagement from my followers seeing my tweets, and then Elon got to work, and then the algorithm kicked in, and now people don't see my stuff as much anymore. So, you know, it is what it is. It's something that we try to navigate and do our best with. But Twitter's not all it's cracked up to be. Elon's not all it's cracked up to be. And we hope for better. Let's keep going here. All right, so somebody sent this to me. They wanted me to read this. Declaration of North America. What is this? Oh God. This is some DEI. Looks to be old. I think I covered this. Yeah, either I covered this or I read this. I've seen this before. So whoever sent me this, thank you. I've seen this before. We're aware of the DEI and the national security thing and all of that. So let's remove that. Moving right along. We're not gonna get to Elder yet. Not gonna get to what's the name yet. Let's go ahead and talk about this. Got some relationship advice here. Let me check on the chat. Chat, y'all good? Everybody good? Let me check chat. Yeah, we were Celtics. Red hair came from Neanderthals, apparently. Okay. Says we became light-skinned because we needed to absorb the vitamin D more in the northern latitude. Okay. Darkest people in Africa is such a long-winded way to say black. Yeah, they could have just said black. That's true. The Yakub take holding up more and more, HJ. Yeah, Uncle Hotep would be proud of that. The Yakub take definitely has gained more credence with the reading of that article, if you want to believe in the Yakub story. Shout out to all my Yakubians. Why make Fox great again? They too were shoveling the jab and got bought out. Yeah, they did make their employees get the jab. HJ, can you raise the volume on your mic a bit? Am I low? Am I low, y'all? Why would I be low all of a sudden today? None of the settings changed. I don't know what the fuck happened. Anyway, let's move along. Let me check on my Rumble chatters. What up, Rumble? Twitter has been sending you threatening messages, says Strong Dad. Really? Wow. When is Sonny going to be on Breakfast Club? I doubt they're going to bring Sonny on Breakfast Club, mostly because they bring Sonny in the Breakfast Club, she'll have to go head to head with Teslin, and I don't think Teslin, I think her and Teslin are cool, so that wouldn't work. But if anybody needs to be on Breakfast Club, it's definitely Sonny. Sonny on Breakfast Club? Oh my God. Oh, that would be crazy. Oh my God. That would be absolutely insane. I'm here for that. I'm absolutely here for a Sonny situation. Okay. I just want to make sure, there's no things turned off on my microphone. People complain about the volume, but okay, you got me turned all the way up and you hear me normal? Oh wow. Let me get a mic check. Press 1 in the chat if my mic is good. Press 2 if it's kind of low. Mic 1 if the mic is good. 2 if it's low. 1 if it's good. 2 if it's low. Give me a mic check. I don't know what the fuck happened. Sounds good to you? Okay. 1 1 1 1 2 1 1 2 1 2. Couple of 2s in there. It's a bit concerning, but let's rock with it. All right, so I'll try to speak up. All right, so 20-year-old female starts dating a 25-year-old male and tells him not to follow IG and OnlyFans models. So apparently what happened was she went and scrubbed his following, saw he was following these type of women, and told him, You must unfollow these women if we're going to continue to date. He agrees and begins to unfollow these women. Weeks later, he's back following the models. Again, she approaches him about it. So my question was, what advice would you give her? And what are your thoughts on this? So let's go to the thread. Wendy Yo has chimed in. She said, I would probably call it off at that age. Too young to fall in love, and most men don't mature until 35 anyways. If they are addicts, then they rarely grow up. She's not wrong. She's not wrong. Brandon Murata, he said, the peaceful parenting method applies to adults as well. She needs to understand the underlying need behind the behavior and meet it. Wow. 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 The last one, okay, Kev says, does she have socials? I feel like along the way, she might have slipped up somewhere, which prompted him to follow other women. Women have a weird way of giving out commands they themselves can't follow through with. But if he coming home every night, I don't know what the problem is, okay? Person says she needs to walk away. He shouldn't have been told twice. If he is that eager to read the menu at some point, he will order. This person says leave. There's no reason one can't convey their personal boundaries. And when they aren't respected after being agreed to, leave, male or female. This person says they should have spoken about personal boundaries before getting seriously involved. Yeah, that's also true. Said, I would say move on if that is her boundary and she agreed she needs to stick to her guns. My advice would be never to set boundaries if you plan on letting someone walk all over them. He said he shouldn't have to pay to see her nude. Oh my God. This person says, I always lay out accountability with the man. No different here. He should be able to say no if that's what he wants. As far as her, I'd advise she have blameless conversation with him about it. I'm just wondering why you refollowed OnlyFans, girl. What's there for you? If it's a deal breaker for her, she'll get an understanding of the situation instead of giving him an ultimatum. He truly doesn't want just to stay with her. All right, let me give my advice here. So, I don't think she giving up the draws. My guess is she ain't giving up the draws. And I'm gonna text her right now and find out. Are you guys sexually active as a couple? Where is that? No, that's Tyrus. No, not that person. I never saved her number on my phone. Okay, here we go. Are you guys sexually active with each other? Okay, let's see how she responds to that. I got a feeling she's gonna say no. She ain't giving him no ass. And so first of all, he's 25 years old. His hormones are raging. I know it's like when I was 25, when I was 20, yeah, I needed ass every day, you know. I needed to get some, you know. But back in those days, they didn't have OnlyFans. There was no Instagram. There was no IG models. You had to like actually get a real girl. There was porn though. I'm pretty sure there was like probably. There's definitely, and I'm thinking when I say porn, I mean like free porn, right? Like Pornhub. Can't remember, but I'm sure there was some of that. But oh, she says nope, not yet. Personally, I at least want to at least have a promise ring or something. Since I have 0 bodies. Is it 0 bodies or like 0? Because she said like 0 bodies. 0 bodies or like 0 bodies. Because there's a difference, right? So she says here, I'm so valuable, like, so you're a virgin. Okay, this is interesting. I'm so valuable, like I don't want to just give myself to somebody and not have Like it's truly feel internal. I was talking to my mom about it. She gave me an idea. Wow. Okay, that changes things. Okay, so she's a virgin. Damn. Okay. Wow. Whoa. Oh, wow. Shit. I'm trying to get over the fact that she's a virgin. Like, that's rare these days. Oh boy got a catch. Oh boy got himself a catch. Okay, let me try to process this. Okay, so she's a virgin. He's 25. Obviously, he's probably not a virgin. Damn. Damn. All right, let me just go back to my original thoughts, and then we'll work our way to her current situation. But 25-year-old male, fully expect him to be following IG models. I fully expect him to be following IG models and OnlyFans models. I fully expect that to happen, especially if your girl ain't giving you none, especially. And I kind of want to give him a pass. I might sound crazy. You might disagree with me, but yo, like, he young, man, and that motherfucker's his hormones are raging. So obviously, you'd want to have discipline. Most men don't really get sexual discipline until like past the age of 35 is when really like men start to slow down, their hormones start to slow down, and they don't need ass as much, and they're not, all chasing the tits. So that's one aspect. The other aspect is like, why are you checking his follows, right? Like if you got to go behind your partner and check, who they're following and who they're talking to, your relationship is done. Like, you guys don't have any trust or anything. Yeah, that's whack. It's really whack to be checking up behind your man. If he wants to follow, whoever, number one, you shouldn't know about it, and you probably shouldn't care about it. You should be focused on your relationship. And if he's not doing anything physical or, talking to other girls, then, what he's doing with his account technically is none of your business. It's none of your business. And you shouldn't like this is some little kid shit, because they're like 25 and 20. It's some little kid shit, like, oh my God, you're following girls. It's like, what? Like, why are you checking my social media? Why are you checking my social? That shit's annoying. Like, as a man, if a woman would ask me about what I'm doing on social media, I'm like, all right, you got to go, because you just minding my business now. Like, there's other things we need to be concerned with other than my social media habits. Like, mind your business. Like, what did wives say in the past when their husband collected Playboy magazines or went to the strip club? Like, wives just was like, whatever, have fun. You want him to get it out that way instead of having an affair with Becky at work. You know what I'm saying? But like, the fact that you're worried about who he follows that's some kid shit. That's some little kid shit. This is where I stand on it. It's some real little kid shit. Now put that aside. If he agreed to it, which was dumb as shit, he should have never agreed to it. He should have said, no. Mind your business. Why are you checking my social media? Like, what? Why are you? Do you trust me or not? If you trust me, it shouldn't matter who I follow, right? Because men are gonna look. Bottom line, men are going to look at other women, and women may look at other men, right? The difference is, are you gonna act on it? But men are gonna look, right? So you're not going to stop your man from looking, and trying to stop your man from looking is some real like territorial shit. That's some real controlling. And that's another thing. That type of shit will push a man to cheat. When you're trying to like force him to only look at you, he'll be like, yo, like just the controlling factor of it all would definitely push a man away. But again, so now coming back to her, this was a poor decision on her part, because if you were going to date this individual, you first had to vet him. And if one of your things was, I don't want to date somebody who follows IG and OnlyFans models, you should have scrubbed that before you got involved with him and told him, yo, if we're going to be something, you can't do this, and have that conversation maturely. Secondly, like, obviously they haven't been dating that long, and they need to like date for a while before you make anything official. You know what I'm saying? And like, I always tell you guys, from Coach EO, one of the best dating coaches out there, never wife a chick you haven't been with for at least a year. See all the different seasons, all her different moods, and all the different things that she cares about. You want to see all that before you make anything official. Now she's saying that she wants a ring from this cat. It's a lot to ask a 25-year-old male to give me a ring, especially before marriage. A ring before copulation, So it's a big ask. And I'm not saying she shouldn't have that big ask. If she has standards, no OnlyFans, you're not getting no ass, I need a ring, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. If these are your standards, go find you a man that fits that. Don't try to force a man to fit that. And I think that's what she's trying to do. She's trying to force this man into a box that she created instead of just finding a man that actually fits that. And truth be told, like, not many men are going to fit that mold. You're going to need some really Christian geeky boy. Nowadays, some really Christian geeky boy might be the type like, oh my God, it's boobies, I can't look, right? Like, this is the type of guy she's probably going to look for. But unfortunately, that type of guy is not a guy she's going to be attracted to. She's going to be attracted to some Andrew Tate motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? And then be mad when the motherfucker's a pimp. You know what I mean? So, I think she might have to adjust. Not her three things, right? Like, not that, but you might have to change the type of guys you like. You might have to go get your man from the church, some little geeky kid. Yeah, this is a doomed relationship. You better get out now, because it's not going to get better. It's just not going to get better. It's going to get worse. Because if you have to check your girl's phone, if your girl got to check your phone, the relationship is dunzo. Just forget about it. And I'm going to talk to our callers today about this situation, see what they say. And Haran Life says she got to hit up Nick Fuentes. Come on, man. He said, promise rings go to K Jewelers. They'll give you 4 for $200. It's just weird to me that, like, she's saying like a promise ring. Like, so if I go to the store and I get a promise ring, now you gonna give me some ass? It's really low standards. Your standards for giving up them cheeks should be much higher than just some ring. Because he can just go to the store, like he said, get 4 for $200, get you one, clap them cheeks, and then leave. You still lost your virginity to a scumbag. Like, what are we doing here? What else is the chat saying here? Tari says he follows IG models just cuz. 44, I'm not saying neither, respecting them, but 20-year-old, I would tell them you should only want one person if that's possible. Yeah, absolutely. What's the YouTube chatter saying? You guys agree with me, right? He thought it was going to get him in, and she still dusted him on it. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe he thought he was going to follow the IG models and get some ass. And she was like, no, you still ain't getting no ass. As long as Kay Green says, as long as you look and don't touch, there's nothing wrong. Yeah. Yeah. He's not cheating. He's just lying. Yeah. But is he lying, though? I don't even think he's lying. And, it's like, he's not lying. He's just like, yeah, I'll unfollow the bitches. And then the Instagram algorithm throws ass and titties in his face, and then he hits follow. But I've told y'all before, like, if y'all going to look at ass and titties on the internet, please don't hit that follow button. That's just an extra level of thirsty. There is so much ass on Instagram. You don't have to follow those models. You don't. You don't. Because every few seconds, the algorithm's going to show you another new baddie, and you're going to forget about the last one. You should not have favorites out of all these bitches. They all look the same. They're all the same dumb bird brains. Don't hit the follow button, fellas. Don't hit the like button. Stop liking these bitches' photos and reels. Don't like it. If you're going to look, look. I'll never tell you not to look. Don't hit the like button. Stop fucking following these people because you fucking the economy up by doing this shit. So yeah, I tell her it's a doomed relationship. Let it go. Let it go. All right. Let's go back in the bag. Right here. Hey, look, AirDrop coming soon. If you guys want to get some crypto, we're giving anywhere from $100 to $1,000 worth of crypto. The link is in the description box below. Join the Telegram group. The larger the influencer you are, the higher your payout will be. But if you guys want money to fall out of the sky, get that AirDrop. Supercoin coming soon. This is like one of those very few times do you get somebody who reaches out to you and says, hey, join this Telegram group. All you got to do is tweet about this thing and you'll get paid. So this is one of those like rare opportunities. And because I'm an influencer, you're getting it from me. You're getting a tip. So hit that link. Also, some people got kicked out of the group. There was a Telegram glitch because we changed some settings in the group. So some people got kicked out. So if you got kicked out, hit that link and come back into the group. So you can get in there, get some education, and find out more information on how to receive that drop. So make sure you hit that link in the description box. That is for the Telegram group. Somebody could paste that link in the chat. That would be very, very helpful. Go back in the bag. Shout out to Syscoin. The SuperDAPP AI is coming, which is basically like the everything app that Elon wish he had, but probably won't build because he's building some Chinese op shit. And this is going to be a much superior app, is my guess. All right, let's talk about these Oath Keepers. Here we go. Bring this up on your screen. So here it says internal Secret Service emails obtained by crew show special agents in close communication with Oath Keepers leader Stuart Rhodes while failing to acknowledge the group's ties to white nationalists and clashes with law enforcement. So basically what's happening is Secret Service has been in touch with the Oath Keepers group, and this is around Jan 6. So it says here, September 2020, Secret Service agent sent an email to others within the agency informing them that he had just spoken to Oath Keepers founder Stuart Rhodes about an upcoming visit by Trump to Fayetteville, NC. So I'm not even going to read all this. I'm just going to tell you what's happening. Basically, these people are mad because Secret Service was in touch with, a member of the Secret Service was in touch with the Oath Keepers. Now, I looked through this article, I looked through the communications, and I'm like, what am I supposed to be mad about here? Am I supposed to be mad because people say the Oath Keepers is a white nationalist group and some dude in the Secret Service was in touch with them? Am I really supposed to be mad at that? I cannot find a single bone in my body that'll make me be mad at something like that. I don't give a damn. This is like the dumbest story I saw of the day. Oh my God, a Secret Service member has a friend. He's a human being. Lastly, I'll say, if he was in touch with the Oath Keepers, and what's the other group they said? Oath Keepers and what's that other group? The dudes that used to fight Antifa. In here somewhere. They said they were in communication with them too. SPLC. Here, I'll go to the chat. The chat will tell me faster. What's the name of the group, man? Proud Boys. Thank you. So Secret Service was in touch with Proud Boys, and they were in touch with the Oath Keepers. But to me, that sounds like routine work. If you're Secret Service and your job is to protect the president, and there are groups on the ground present that are in this insurgent crowd, wouldn't you want to have somebody on the inside? Wouldn't you have some communications with them? You'd probably want to, right? So, you know, this whole thing about, so it says here in November 2022, Rhodes was convicted of seditious conspiracy by a jury for his role in the attempt to keep Donald Trump in power, was sentenced to 18 years, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, it's a huge nothing burger here. Nothing to be concerned about. They just want to say, oh, this guy was in touch with Oath Keepers and they're racist. And what are we supposed to do with that information? Okay, we find out they're racist. Okay, and then what? How does this information help my life? Complete nothing burger. I was so upset when I read that this morning because it was trending and I'm like, okay, let me see what this is about. And it was like, oh, this is what you're mad about? Like, can we like grow up, please? Find something else better to do. Anyway, check this out. This is part of the big tech update. Look at this. It says YouTube launches AI music incubator with help from UMG artists. Now, I'm not going to read this whole thing. I'll just tell you what's going on here. Basically, what happened is Leo Cohn and his team over at YouTube, Universal, UMG, Universal Music Group, et cetera, are basically, well, here's their principles. Let's see. It says, AI is here and we will embrace it responsibly together with our music partners. AI is ushering in a new age of creative expression, but it must include appropriate protections and unlock opportunities for music partners who decide to participate. So they're going to pretend like they care about artists right here. It says we've built an industry-leading trust and safety organization and content policies. We will scale those to meet the challenges of AI. So basically what they want to do is they're going to use writers to create AI content. So your content, your music content is going to go through AI generators. So basically what's going to happen is, let's say you're Jay-Z, right? Jay-Z probably wouldn't do this, but let's say you're Jay-Z and they're like, hey, Jay-Z, you know, we want another album. And Jay-Z goes, I don't feel like it. Well, okay, that's fine. What we'll do instead, we'll get people to write your music. We just need you to sign off right here and say we can use your voice. Jay-Z goes, okay. He signs right there. He'll get a licensing fee. And then you'll have a new Jay-Z album. That would be AI. So it'll be like AI Jay-Z drops new album or releases new song. So that's where Universal and Google are going with their music endeavor. So yeah, look out for that. And it's interesting here. It says it will include input from the estate of Frank Sinatra, right? Is one of those people. So we may get a Frank Sinatra song, a Frank Sinatra album, Michael Jackson, right? These types of things. So they're going to resurrect dead people and put them to like trap music or some shit like that. So yeah, I'm not gonna spend any more time on that. That's your big tech update of the day. Oof, insane. All right, let's get to Larry Elder, in the debates, and then we're gonna talk to people about. We're gonna open up phone lines here. If you want to get in on the phone lines, text 202-596-5631. Text Hotep in your name, and we'll get you in here on the phone lines. Hotep in your name, 202-596-5631. We're gonna open up phone lines shortly. Let's pull this up. So Sonny Johnson says this is how you know everything he says he doesn't actually believe. So let's see what this clip says.
You know, you talk about your campaign. I think I've just heard a preview of your debate strategy. You talk about your campaign travel. You've spent about 19 days campaigning in Iowa, 15 days campaigning in New Hampshire, only 3 days in South Carolina, but you've appeared on more than 70 podcasts. Is this your strategy to reach voters?
I'd say our strategy in this campaign is talk to everyone. I'm not running to lead a political party. I am running to lead a nation.
Well,
and so
I
I've
don't
gone
mean
to
to
places
interrupt
where
you,
people
but
don't go.
You are running to lead a political party. You're running to be the Republican nominee for president.
I'm running to lead the United States of America, actually. I'm running, but this is really important, Simone, is the way that I'm running this primary is a little bit different than the other candidates because I'm already planning for our ultimate destination, leading a national revival. I was going to mention, I've been to the south side of Chicago. I've gone to Kensington in the middle of Philadelphia. These are places where any Republican politician or consultant would tell you, you'd be crazy to waste time there in the middle of a primary. I don't see it that way. Many people might even say that about coming on MSNBC. There are other candidates who have said that they won't talk to NBC.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shots fired. Hold up.
That way. Many people might even say that about coming on MSNBC.
Yo, I got Vivek winning the debate tonight. We're going to talk about it.
There are other candidates who have said that they won't talk to NBC News because NBC News is not nice to Republicans. My view is if I'm not willing to sit across the table from folks like you, I'm not ready to sit across the table from Xi Jinping.
Yo, Robert Shlami's good, man. Top-notch grifter right here. Top-notch grifter. Ugh. Let's go to Larry. Larry's upset about the debates tonight. Let's see what's going on with Larry.
As you can see, I'm at LAX en route to Milwaukee. I was just informed by the RNC that I'm not qualified for the debate. Why? Even though I exceeded the 40,000 individual donations required, even though I signed the pledge to support the eventual nominee, even though I submitted 3 polls where I was at least at 1%, I was informed that one of the polls is not eligible. It's the Rasmussen poll, even though it was the most accurate poll in predicting that Donald Trump would win in 2016. They say it is affiliated with Donald Trump and therefore it is not eligible. And I said to Ronna McDaniel, the chairwoman of the RNC, it's not affiliated with me. She said any poll affiliated with any candidate is not eligible. And no one told me that until just now. So we're filing an emergency injunction to get me up there. This is absolutely BS. One of the candidates, by the way, offered a $20 gift certificate for a $1 donation. That apparently is okay. Another one offered a free, air quotes, country western concert for a $1 donation. That apparently is okay. Another one offered a commission to prospective donors to get other prospective donors. That apparently is okay. But I did it the old-fashioned way, asking people to support me by going to LarryElder.com, and that is not okay. And now all of a sudden, I'm not eligible. It is designed, in my opinion, to make sure that Ron DeSantis is the nominee. Anybody other than Trump. This is BS. I will see you in Milwaukee. Out.
So I guess Larry Elder gonna crash the debates. It's getting spicy. So here's another tweet from Larry. Let's see what this says. He says, I intend to sue the RNC to halt Wednesday's presidential debate. I said from the beginning that it appeared the rules of the game were rigged. Little did we know just how rigged it was. For some reason, the establishment leaders at the RNC are afraid of having my voice on the debate stage, just as I had to fight successfully to be on the ballot in California recall election. I will fight to be on that debate stage because I fully met all the requirements to do so. So here's this. So he's got proof of his qualification here. Says here, only after receiving our completed qualification package did the RNC inform us that they were not accepting Rasmussen polls as qualifying toward the debate. The reason, as stated by the RNC, is that the Rasmussen polls have ties to former Donald Trump, an individual who is not even participating in the upcoming debate. Larry has no knowledge about whether Donald Trump has ever worked with Rasmussen previously. In fact, Rasmussen Polls is reputable, nationally recognized firm, and one of the only 3 polling firms who accurately predicted the outcome of the 2016 presidential election. So Larry's mad. He got snubbed. Some people want to say this is his nigga wake-up call. I don't know if it's that. I couldn't say it's that for sure. What I can say is the RNC do not want Larry Elder. If he had to fight in Cali, if he has to fight here, they don't want him. They don't want you, Larry. They don't want you. I don't know why. I'd love to know why. I'd love to hear from people who tell me why Larry's not welcome. But for some reason, Larry Elder is not welcome in the RNC. What did he do? What is it? Is he a threat? Is he not complying with the agenda? Like, what exactly is going on here? That's what I'd like to know. This is obviously above my pay grade, et cetera, et cetera. I'm looking at, right now I'm looking at the Telegram group. Hit the link in the description box below to get access to our Telegram group. And get access to our Telegram group if you want to be a part of the airdrop, if you want to get paid to tweet. Get in that group ASAP, and you'll be first to access the SuperDAPP. That's where I'll be communicating a lot. I'll be active on the SuperDAPP when it comes out. So if you guys want to be a part of that exclusive release and you guys want to get paid, go to the Telegram link in the description box below. With that being said, let's open up phone lines. 202-596-5631. Text Hotep in your name to that number, and we'll get you in on the phone lines. I'll run down an order based upon who's in those text messages, and we'll handle those calls accordingly. And I see some people have already called in. There is Goldstein.
From
we'll come back to Goldstein in just a moment, right after these messages from our sponsor.
Yeah, I can try to get that handled for you. Again, it's only my second day, so if you can give me a second. How am I supposed to do this? How the hell are we supposed to do this by 5 o'clock?
I have no clue.
Is that possible? Hey, do you have the password to... How'd you finish all your work already?
He's not tapped in.
How'd you get that done so quick? They think they're gonna be able to budget that?
It's money. That's money right there. You understand?
You guys finished your work 6 hours early? He's not tapped in.
Goldstein on the check-in. What up, Goldstein?
What's happening?
Life is good. Life is good, man. What do you want to start out today?
Larry Elder's weird ass.
On Larry Elder. Okay. What's going on with Larry?
Look, I don't normally fuck with Larry Elder, but right here, I almost want to. He need to go up in there with just a gang of niggas and just fuck the whole debate up. Don't let nobody say nothing.
You want to see some nigga shit.
Just real deal nigga shit. If he ain't allowed to be up there and approach this thing on their type of time, then go up in there on your type of time. Bring 60 niggas in there full of yak, shooting dice and some more shit. Y'all ain't even got to be belligerent towards nobody. Just be belligerent, period. You know how they be turning out them Waffle Houses just twerking for no goddamn reason?
Yeah.
Do that shit right there. There's it. Fuck it.
Oh, shit. I like that. I like that approach. You probably won't make it past security, but I like that approach.
Nah, but on the relationship shit, bro. Y'all can go ahead and click this one because this is a Goldstein simp moment. If you got a broad who is trying to keep you away from the jowls of the beast, known as Instagram models and porn, if you got a broad who's trying to keep you away from that, even if it's self-serving, even if it's just because she wants you to herself, you got to embrace that because no good comes from that shit. You can fuck off. You could fuck off a lot of years of building a lot of valuable shit with somebody who's like-minded by fucking around in them goddamn internet porn streets, man. Look at Trayvon Diggs' ass. This nigga is the butt of 90 million jokes right now, all because he wanted to like some bitch with a, well, you know, whatever.
Yep.
He got things going on, and he did what he did, and that could be a tale to any aspiring young man out there who's trying to make a name for himself. You don't really want to make that name for yourself. Now, Mr. Diggs can go on and do great things and win Super Bowls and some more shit, but that will always be a part of his legacy. Why? Because he wanted to look at some digital titties. This shit ain't even real. Go get you some real ones and make sure she's a bitch, like I said, that's willing to keep you out of the jowls of the beast long enough for you to get your head in the game, because I know young niggas is young. They're going to want to do what they want to do. Testosterone and hormones is off the charts, like you said earlier. But if the bitch can keep you in the game long enough for you to get your own head in that bitch, y'all can go on and do great things, man. So never, ever rebuff a bitch who's trying to keep you off of the road to perdition.
Oh. Damn. Well, I'm sorry. First of all, while you were talking, I got a brilliant idea. I thought that maybe I could live stream to locals the debate, and that way Fox can't cut me off.
That would be dope. They still can sue your ass, though.
They still could, couldn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want them problems. And I'm trying to get a job up there too, so that might not be a good idea. Anyway, okay, so maybe I'll just live tweet. All right. And I might put my explicit comments in the locals about tonight's debate. All right, anyway. Yes, I agree. If you have a woman that's trying to make you better, you need to fall in line. It wasn't like she asked him some crazy shit, you know, but at the same time, what about my take where I'm like, why is she even checking this shit?
Okay, yeah, she out of pocket for that. I can't deny that.
Yeah.
But even still, like I said, even if it's self-serving, you know what I mean?
It's still good.
Because look, nobody would have a problem if that bitch was checking your shit to see if the porn was there. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you shouldn't have a problem to see if the bitch is checking to see if it ain't. You know, either way, you shouldn't be looking in your shit, but we're going to accept one and we ain't going to accept the other because it restricts our behavior.
I was under the impression that, that's something you do before you even kiss a motherfucker. You know?
Yeah.
Like you.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say where she fucking up is like you said, she didn't lay it all out there. You got to be open and honest from day one.
Day one.
You can't just sneak shit in the contract later on.
Right. Exactly. You cannot sneak shit in the contract later on. That's my issue. Like you've already kicked it with dude or whatever. Y'all might not have had sex, but maybe first, second, third base, whatever is happening here. But you shouldn't have went that far. And I'm not saying that from a physical perspective. I'm saying you shouldn't want to share energetic space with somebody who indulges in that type of material. So you should have checked his shit before you even hung out with him, seen that, and then canceled dude out. And if he would have said, yo, why you ghosted me? Be like, yo, you watch porn. I can't fuck with niggas that watch porn. Holla at me when you
Yeah.
stop. Holla at me. I'll be here. You know, I like you. You know, you got potential. But holla at me when you don't need that no more. You know what I'm saying? And then it would have been great. But all right, so what about this, Ghosty? What about the fact that old school women didn't give a fuck?
Old school women didn't give a fuck because they looked at marriage as a very different thing than bitches do nowadays. Bitches want to be with a nigga because they want a nigga. Women back then wanted to be with a motherfucker because they needed someone to keep that depression off their ass.
Keep that what?
The financial depression. You know, the depression there.
Yes.
They need someone to keep that hunger off their ass. And marriage was a very different thing back then. So a lot of shit was, you know, bitches was allowing a lot of shit, letting a lot of shit slide because their priorities were in order. It's like, okay, so this nigga over here looking at Playboy, but he's also keeping this motherfucking fat back in this pot of motherfucking cabbage that we got to eat daily because, you know, we fighting world wars and shit. So it was a very different thing back then. Bitches nowadays, they want to get linked up for very frivolous shit. So it's just like with the liberals. They just holler and cry over every goddamn thing because there ain't no hardship. It's the same with marriage. If there's no hardship keeping y'all together that y'all got to forge through, now everything else becomes a fucking hardship like porn.
Yeah.
Which, like I said before, it is a bad thing. It's not a good thing for the man or for anybody who indulges in it, but it's not a thing that's existentially a crisis for the marriage either.
Correct. Now, what about the fact that even today, some women will be like, yo, if you got some, you know, some side pussy by accident, I'm not leaving you.
Well, it just depends on what the reasoning is behind that. If it's because she values what you guys have and you guys have something.
She values what you guys have.
Huh?
She values what you guys have.
That's a good thing because she's willing to overlook your indiscretion. I'm pretty sure she's got a few of her own. Now, you can't just keep clubbing the bitch over the head with crazy shit. You know what I mean? But a few times, hey, you know what I mean? But it's just one of them things, really. It's all individually based. Really what they're looking for as individuals, where they're trying to go, where they see themselves, all that shit has to be factored in. This is why I don't even like fucking giving relationship advice, because everybody's situation is different. I can't really say there's no standard.
Correct. And that's where, like, it's not a one size fits all situation.
Right.
And that's why I say, like, I don't think she should compromise that relationship. I think her values are great. Right? If, like, it might sound insane to ask that of a man from America or anywhere in the world. Like, how many men are going to have that discipline? It's going to be very few that actually have that discipline, right? So she's already cut out like 90% of possibilities. She just has to understand that as she's going into dating, that you're dealing with, you know, the top 10% maybe. You know, but...
Yeah. And enough can't be said for the fact that bitches who are looking for shit at a young age, 19, 20, 21, they need somebody who's at least 5 to 10 years older than them. So that way they can match up mentally.
Yeah.
And
well,
dudes,
he's five.
Okay, that's cool. And dudes, they need a bitch who's older than them so that way they can match up physically. And eventually
Wait, say that again? Dudes need
They need a bitch that's at least 5 to 10 years older than them so they can match up physically, because they're all about libido, and most bitches post 25 become all about libido their goddamn self because they've already earned enough to realize that they don't really need no nigga taking care of them. So now they're just trying to fuck. And you get those fun years out the way.
Big facts, Goldstein. Big fucking facts. Oh man, yo.
You don't need no bitch. When you 19, you don't need no 19-year-old bitch. And that's the same with a 19-year-old bitch. You don't need no 19-year-old nigga. You know what I mean? Y'all on very different pages, and y'all need to explore options outside of what you think you might want to be in, like as far as, like I said, 5 to 10 years. Anything over 10 years, and the nigga is fucking up, in my opinion.
Listen.
You know what I mean?
Listen. If I was single, I would be dating malls.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
I go get me a mall that's like a 7.5, 8. I'm not going after no young chick, man. Like, I don't got the patience for all that shit. These motherfuckers is dumb as shit, and that shit just gonna irk me. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, when they young, they looking for somebody to take care of them. I'm not taking care of no fucking body. You know, I got kids and shit already. You know what I'm saying? And you right. Those older women, they just want to fuck. They just want to be loved on. Because like you said, they've already figured out life. Their money is good. Their career, they know they can manage themselves. They don't need your assets. You know how long I've been telling young niggas, I'm like, you ever try older women? Because when I was younger, I was dating older women. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just like, I remember when I was 20, I worked at CompUSA and my girlfriend was 25.
Right.
Little baddie from the UK, Chantal. She was mad cool. But she was doing shit to me I wasn't ready for. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I loved it. I loved it. But you're right. You gotta, everybody should definitely date up in age.
Exactly, man. I mean, you're looking for different shit. Like, young bitches looking for someone to take care of them. Old bitches are young niggas is looking for something to fuck on constantly.
Yeah.
That's why they always just searching and searching. Even when they got a girl at home, they still out there looking and wanting to feel on shit.
Mm-hmm.
The old bitch she's gonna satiate all that. She's gonna make it to where you don't even really, you're gonna be like, God damn. Because that's just how it is.
Yeah.
When they get 30, 35, 40. You know what I mean?
Yep.
If they ain't really latched on to a nigga by then and they're married and family and all that shit, then that's the last thing they looking for. They might want shit post 50, but that's because you looking for somebody at that point to help you find your teeth and shit. So it ain't even about sex or nothing. It's about let's ride these last few years out together and hold each other up on the way out this motherfucker.
Word. And that's really what you need to prep for, a motherfucker that's going to hold you up in them last years.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's what I got. Got me a woman right now who, when I start losing my shit, she's going to help me find them. And I help her find her glasses because her eyesight ain't worth a damn.
That's real love. That's real love. Appreciate the call today, bro.
All right, bro. Take it easy. Hotep and Bill.
Hotep and Bill. Let me get Rudy. Rudy, call in, yo. Oh, my God. So I got this idea. What do y'all think about this idea? I was thinking while Goldstein was talking, because I was having so much fun, I was thinking of what if we turn the Grift Report into a manosphere grift, where the primary thing we talk about is relationships, and then the secondary thing we talk about is politics. So let's start the poll. We're gonna do it on YouTube. Start the poll up. Oh, hold up, Strong Dad calling in. Strong Dad couldn't wait. What up, bro?
What up?
What's good?
Yo. First of all, actually, I'm gonna disagree with you and Goldstein after I say they don't want a nigga running for anything, and that's why Larry Elder's not allowed. The very thing that Goldstein said he should do. They don't want a nigga running for nothing. The darkest nigga they want is Vivek. That's as dark as they willing to go. They ain't trying to go no darker than Vivek. So that's why they're not trying to let Larry Elder in the spot. Nah. He ain't got he like a wet paper towel. Larry Elder is a nigga who could get niggas like, he's just borderline almost black. You know what I'm saying? He's borderline almost black to me. At least that's what I see. Because really, the way he handles Charlemagne, that's something that only another brother could actually do. You know what I'm saying? If he was like what was his name? Like a Herschel Walker type dude, he ain't got no chance. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to do like Larry Elder up there. They're not really necessarily interested in the black voting populace. I just don't believe that they are. You know, they say that they are. But
what?
Yeah, I don't think that they are.
You think that you think they're saying no to Larry Elder because he's black?
Because he's black. Yes, absolutely.
Racism.
Absolutely. This, I
or
don't know if I would call it racism, but
you know, I would bend with you a little bit, pause, if we went to saying Tim Scott already got the nigga seat. We got
that too. Tim Scott has a nigga seat, and he's a safe nigga.
He's a safe nigga.
If Larry Elder had enough traction, see what I'm saying? All he's got to do is get the in. He can change. He could change the view of the black voting group. He could change a lot of that. He could get a lot of black people on this side, but I don't think that they're necessarily interested in a transformation of the party in that way. I think they want to stay, you know, more or less the same. And Larry Elder looks like a dude who could actually change something if he stepped in that spot. So that's why I don't think they want him based on that.
Do you have any evidence to back up that claim?
I mean, the only evidence I have to back up that claim is the way that he presents himself, the way that he talks. You know, he might have said some things that most black people disagree with, but the way that he handled Charlemagne, most black people agreed with him. All he's got to do is be hot a few times, and he's going to get more black people on his side than any of the other black Republican candidates could ever give. I just feel like he's got just enough swagger that he could run things. You know, he looks too confident.
Because you hit on something. When I looked at them comments about Larry Elder on the Breakfast Club, they was like, I don't know, let bro cook. You know, like they were behind him. Like the black community was definitely like, yeah, you roasted the shit out of Charlemagne. So
exactly, he's got too much confidence. He's too confident. He's got too much swagger. You know what I'm saying?
They don't control him yet.
Yeah, they need one of them. You know, like I feel like
Scott. They know Scott's gonna play ball.
Exactly, 100%. He's not even gonna push back. Larry Elder might push back hard. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He might pause. He might push back real tough. Like so. That's the reason they ain't letting him in. I mean, that's just what it is. But anyway.
What about the relationship situation?
I was just about to hit on that. See, first of all, I kind of disagree with Goldstein. I don't think a young man should be shooting for an older woman, man. You trying to start a family, bro, and these older women are jaded as fuck. No disrespect to the older women who aren't, but I've been in the older woman pool. I don't mess with no one. My wife is in her 20s. I was not trying to find no woman to have a family with who was 30 plus. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be 36 this year. I need somebody who's going to be able to take care of me, like, legitimately. You don't need an older woman. Not most, but many older women may be done with all the bullshit, but they carry a lot of that bullshit that they done with them. And younger women, you know, if they got their head on straight, then you don't have to deal with a lot of that. You know, you find a young woman who's got some real values, and I feel like she's much more valuable, you know, for a young man. Again, I'm not saying that, you know, older women ain't worth a damn or nothing like that. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that it's more about personalities and values than it even is about age to a certain extent. Obviously, I think what we talking
about is dating, right? Dating and settling down are two different things, right? Like if you're a young man,
no. You want to mess around with them crazy young women too before you're ready to settle down as a man. You don't want no old woman who's like, I mean, I get it. Some dudes, they want to be taught, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean,
what I'm saying is when you're young, you haven't had that many social interactions with women, right? So what you need is a woman that is more closely matched with the phase you are in your life. If she's matched with the phase you are in your life and you guys have the same interests, aka sex, it makes sense to date that pool that is interested in sex, as opposed to saying I'm interested in sex, but I'm going to date people who are interested in marriage. You see what I'm saying? Those two things conflict. Now, when you say you're ready for marriage, okay, maybe you should change the dating pool you're looking at and go to marriage, right? But otherwise, if you're just dating, like you just horny, like date older women and increase the amount of social interactions you've had, because that's what this is about, being able to talk to women and be around these young dudes. They don't even know how to talk to women, right? So at least when you're with an older woman, she could teach you how to talk to these women. You know what I'm saying? And it's really the social interaction that you want more than anything, because you can't really know what you want in a woman until you date a bunch of women that you don't want. You know, it's sort of like, oh, wait, I like that, but I didn't like this. This turned me off. So when you spot it in another woman, you know to just turn the other way, like right away.
Okay. I feel from that perspective, I can understand. I definitely think it's about, you know, the value thing is really important. You know,
yeah, of course the value thing is important.
I met a woman who was who wanted family. She was looking for family. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I was. But I've always been that dude. You know, even in college, I wasn't the sleep around type. I dated, but I didn't choose to sleep around. I've never in my life had a one night stand ever. So, you know, that's just how I am. You know, I'm like a Bryson Gray type Puritan when it comes to that stuff. Like I don't want to share my energy with something that's not going to, you know, harbor that energy in the best way. You know what I mean? But from if the virgin thing, I just honestly, man, that's not, virgins ain't all it's cracked up to be, man. Because, you know, if you in your 20s and you a male and you're not a virgin, you know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be clicking up with a virgin. That's not the place for you. You know, I feel like you need, you know, from what you said, you need to evaluate your interests maybe. And you know, if you follow on Instagram, if you press on the follow button on the OnlyFans model account, then already you're not really looking for anything else but some coochie, like, and that's all, you know. Yeah. That's all that's really there for you. I think that's a little bit of an addiction too, because like you said, like you don't have to press the follow button. There's 100,000 of these accounts. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You could scroll down you could type in big booty and scroll down Instagram and fulfill. You know what I'm saying? Fulfill your need. Endless. You ain't got to press follow. Yeah. And I feel like when you press and follow, that's another level right there. Now you got to evaluate. You got to stop fapping, man. You might need to go on a masturbation fast or something like that, because if you press and follow, something else is wrong.
That means they got to go get my book, The Unbreakable Rules of Masculinity.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Hey, man, I suggested your book to a young man today who almost killed himself on the bench press. But I was like, hey, man, you need to check this book out, because I've even sent your book to a lady who was asking my advice on how to help her son. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to send you this link right here, because he, you know,
it's mom approved. My book is mom approved. Hey,
she has given the thumbs up on the material.
Mom's called me up. Mom's called me up about the book. Dad's called me up about the book. But mom's called me up and be like, yo, I bought your book to hate on it, and I still hate the book, but this is some great fucking work, and I want my son to read it. This is what they'll say. They'll say, like, I hate that you're, because I tell you about women. Chapter 1, they read that shit, and it's about a woman's cycle. That chapter 1 is about a woman's cycle, and you first have to understand the anatomy of a woman before I can explain to you masculinity and how to deal with them. So when I start from chapter 1, women see that, and they go, oh, shit. That is me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. No, facts. Straight up. No, but yeah, man, you know, if you a young dude, don't be looking for no virgin, man. Just go and get your, unless, like I said, unless you're like a Bryson Gray type nigga where you just need to be 100% pure all the fucking time. Yeah. You know what I mean? Then maybe you need to join a church or something like that. But on that last note, man, you think they're gonna try to shut down the country, man?
I don't want to say yet. I haven't conferred with my spirit on that matter. I really don't want to confer with my spirit on that matter. I would like to ignore it because it feels like fear mongering. It feels like material for these debaters to grift off of tonight. So I'm not putting any. I'm not lending any energy to it.
Okay.
No.
You know,
let me get Rudy in here though.
They got a better formula, man. Just saying.
Oh, no, I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about that.
All right, word. All right, man, Rudy, slide on in here and get lit, man. Hotep and Bill, y'all.
Word. Nah, they might pay attention to that dumbass. Oh, the master coming back, and everybody's feeding into that shit. I'm like, see, there y'all go. There y'all go, giving this shit energy. They go the right wing. The left mentioned mass, and the right goes, oh my God, the master coming back. No, ignore these motherfuckers, yo. Act like these motherfuckers don't exist. Every time they do some dumb shit, ignore these motherfuckers, man. I don't want to hear nothing about that. You heard what that lady said. You heard what that lady said I played in the beginning of the stream. Joe Biden, shut the fuck up. Cause that's how you go off. We don't care. Yo, Rudy, what up?
What up, homeboy? What's going on, man? That damn strong dad, man, he stole my whole take on Larry Elder, man. He stole my whole take. Man. That's all. He's right, bro. He's right.
What?
Tim Scott is milquetoast, man. Tim Scott is milquetoast, man. Larry Elder, man, listen, back in the day, man, when I was out there hustling the streets, man, Larry Elder's been on the radio for a long time, man. And I'm coming up in Norfolk, man, we used to have this AM 790. You'd get Michael Savage, George Norrie, Larry Elder, Tom Likas, like they played all this talk radio, and I'm running the streets at night. So I've been listening to Larry Elder since the mid-'90s, man. The dude will get in the gutter, man. He'll get in the gutter when dudes calling him up like, you're a coon, Larry. He'll get in the gutter, man. And the way I look at the American political system right now is like the poor whites are team red. You know what I'm saying? And the last thing they need to do is get the middle class and poor blacks to get on team red and team up with the poor whites and really get some fucking change. So they kick the one guy who might be able to accomplish that. They're like, no, you're not coming on, dude.
So you're saying Larry Elder could have caused unity between whites and blacks.
Yes.
And because of that, they were like, nah, we can't have you?
100%. 100%, brother. 100%, man. 100%, man. Because, man, you know, as coming up and listening to dude, you know, he's just common sense and logic, dog. You know, he's not, even with that chick the other day, she berating the shit out of him, cutting him off the whole thing, never lost his man. Dude was pimped out in that Breakfast Club interview, man. He never lost his shit once. He never got mad. He was calm and collected as a motherfucker, man.
Yeah.
And they don't want true unity, man. They don't. So the one guy I feeling, you know, Trump's going to unify at some point, but he's going to turn heads in the other points. You know what I'm saying? But Larry, if smooth ass Larry was up there, dude, he could be, not to say he could win the presidency, but man, he could throw out some unifying messages, and they do not want that. They do not want the middle class and poor blacks to leave the Democrat Party. And not saying the Republicans are the answer to any fucking thing, because they're, you know, the majority of them not. But you got about 30 rogue, America First, down to earth Republicans, you know, Gates, Donalds, Massey, Roy. I mean, there's a handful of them that, you know, there's no handful of Democrats who are, you know, about the people first. They're all corporate. They're all bought and paid for from the top, from the root to the fruit. You know what I'm saying? But you got about 30 Republicans in that House and Senate that are like Rand Paul, like real dudes. You know what I'm saying? That are, you know, with general realness, man. And Larry could have been a unifier. If you could turn that 30 into 60 and that 60 into 100, and you might have a chance to fucking get shit back on track, man. But, you know, they couldn't have that, man. And that racist cunt bitch, Ronna McDaniel, man, you know what I'm saying? Mitt Romney's fucking family, man. I mean, come on, man. They cock-blocked Larry out, man. He met all the criteria, man. Talking about one of them polls is a Trump poll. Because everybody that's going up there tonight, except for maybe Vivek, is going to just have their knives out for Donald Trump, man. The only one who wouldn't have had his knives out for Donald Trump is Larry Elder, man. But they weren't, you know, maybe not Vivek, but Vivek's starting to slime around and take his little shots at Trump, calling him a coward for not. Why would Trump go and they ask him some kind of question that could ring him up? Like whoever said that point yesterday was perfect, man. Why would you go up there and they ask you some question on national TV and then one of these stupid left-wing federal judges is like, oh, one of these stupid left-wing federal judges, oh, that violates our order, our gag order, throw his ass in jail. Come on, man. Like, he can't go up there, and especially not with Christie and all the dudes with the knives out trying to poke him. Dude,
I just think Trump would distract, if anything, because if he went on there, it'd be all eyes on Trump. So we wouldn't really be able to see what the rest of the candidates are about.
I agree with you there, right? But also, come on, let's not, like, I want you to go on Fox News because I want to see Hotep Jesus succeed, and it's the same thing I told you why I like Tucker. I haven't been fucking with mainstream media since the early 2010s, man. I fucked with his Alex Jones, a couple other cats when I wanted my knowledge of the world, Otherwise, I was listening to music or watching sports. I wanted what was going on in the world. Alex was my go-to, you know what I'm saying? But now as the landscape changed, I want to see you succeed, so I want you to go on Fox. And it's like, dude was like, why make Fox great again? No, we need someone like you on Fox News to drop the truth. Like Tucker was the last one, like I told you a long time ago. He was the last one dropping any kind of real truth. That's why I would love to see Fox News snatch you up, dude. Because at least someone in the mainstream media, someone on that raggedy-ass cutthroat channel would be dropping truth bombs. You know what I mean? So that's why I would love to see you get up there. But I'm not a fan of Fox News, man. They got knives out for Donald Trump too, man. Brett Baer and whoever's doing that, they would have had their marching orders to try and knock Trump down a peg, man. You know what I'm saying? Then, like Trump said, the next one's hosted by the Washington Post. Is he really going to get a fair deal in a debate hosted by the Washington Post? Why don't the Blaze host a presidential debate? Why don't Hotep Jesus and the Hoteps host a presidential debate? Why has it always got to be some partisan bullshit, man? Why can't it be someone straight up and down the middle? You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm not, but and you guys are all over the place with the relationship thing. But I mean, I'm with you, man. So I grew up, my first of all, leave that dude if he's on OnlyFans, man. If you got money to waste on pay to play the pound off, you're an idiot, dude. You know what I'm saying? Now I may be a little bit older, but I never paid to beat my meat, man. That's stupid. That's the stupidest thing in the fucking world, man. You're dumb as shit, man. Save your money. You know what I'm saying? Especially nowadays with the you can get whatever you want to get for free, man. Bootleg everything, man. So I said, don't go pay to see a Hollywood movie. Bootleg that shit. Don't give these people no money, man. So this guy with the OnlyFans, like I said in the chat, man, if I was her, I'd try to extort as much money as I can from that dude, because if he's got it to waste on OnlyFans chicks, you might as well take it from him, because he's an idiot, and an idiot and his money are soon separated, man. So go on, get that motherfucker.
Big facts. Appreciate you, man.
Shoot. All right, one more quick thing, brother. One more quick thing. You're absolutely right, man. If you're 18, 19, and you got to get it in every day, man, you got to get it in every day. Go get you a woman over 30s that ain't got no man. Maybe she has a couple kids and you have to deal with that. But, man, they are on fire. Because when I was 18, man, I was dating this chick that was 35. And trust me, man, I was 18 years old and couldn't keep up with that lady, man. So, if you're 18 and you got to have it every day and that's all you want is just one thing to lay up in there and go get you an older woman, man, the HJ was right, man. You know what I'm saying? Not saying settle down and marry her, but if you want some steady action every day, so you could go worry about other things in the street, man. Go on and get you an older woman, man. It'll all work out for you. Hotep and Bill, man. Sorry to take so long. Love everyone in the chat. I'm out, brother.
Hotep and Bill. Told y'all. Hotep's been told you. Rudy, you want to check in? Rudy sounds like he's getting better. That's good news. Kay, call in. Before I leave today, I do want to address something. Why would I do Fox News? I want to address that. It's a good question. At first when people asked that question, I thought it was a stupid question. But the more I thought about it, I'm like, no, it's actually a good question.
Call from
Jonah, what up, man?
Nah, I'll be quick,
So first off, if you do get in with Fox or whatever you need me to drop, you can always just drop me DM. I won't take it personally. Just saying. As far as if you're gonna grift tonight, I nominate Goldstein to be on that. And Rumble has exclusive streaming rights, so you might want to reach out to Viva Fry, because I know he does some legal. Well, they did some as far as him and Barnes did some stuff, right? But anyways, one quick one: Stuart Rhodes. He's already convicted for 18 years, and they're trying to get another 20, get him back up to 25 because 18 isn't enough, even though he wasn't even in D.C.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So they're going after this dude so hard. Like, man, he wasn't even in D.C. They said that he was an insurrectionist. He got 18, and they're actually appealing the 18 for 25.
Wow.
Oh, last thing, because you always bring it up. Thumbs up. I always have you on two screens. One, like the TV while I'm working, and then the phone. So I want to make a message, right? TV app doesn't actually have a thumbs up unless I'm completely retarded.
Okay. Some apps, it depends on what device you're using, but some of them have it, some of them don't. Yeah. I appreciate
so
that,
might be something. That might be something you might want to bring up with your Rumble rep.
Yes, exactly.
And then you might actually want to reach out to them and say, hey, if I grift on tonight, how much am I, because they have the exclusive grift rights. That's why Crowder and Viva and Glenn Greenwald and I even think Russell Brand's at that shit tonight.
All right, I'm gonna hit them up then and see what they're saying.
Anyways, told you quick. Oh, I'll admit I follow, but hey, man, I'm old enough that I've been through, and I know what I want and what I don't want. So
Yeah. No,
it's not for everyone.
Indeed.
Okay.
Hotep and Bill.
Call from Jonah.
Kay, what up?
What up? What's up, everybody? Got to grift a little bit. Go ahead and click that link for your master focus. Just remember, you'll get that discount when you're in the checkout, okay? Keep your mind strengthened, just like you keep your muscles strengthened.
Talk to him.
So when it comes to the relationships and all that stuff, I'm sorry, but, because of the media, the internet and all that stuff, the Real Housewives crap, whatever, reality television, but we all know it's scripted. There's a lot of young people that are truly influenced by some of these movies, TVs, music, whatever. And so they think that that's a real expectation of what a relationship is going to be. But it's like, and unfortunately it's coming over to older people too. And it's just like, okay, if you want to go mess with some Instagram thoughts or something like that on the internet, take your lotion, take your Kleenex, take your single ass, stay on the internet. That's fine. But if you're ready for a real intellectual relationship, then go ahead and get with a human woman, you know? Because you can whack off all day and all that stuff, and she's going to listen to whatever because she's on the other side of the computer taking your money. But if you really want to be held accountable by somebody of the opposite sex and work together on a, just like a communication level where you guys see eye to eye, yes, nobody's always going to win in it, but at least you guys have a common ground. You love each other. There you go. Go ahead. But, there's one or the other,
Indeed. I agree. Would you date a younger man?
Yeah. Yeah, I would.
Hey. Fellas, y'all better shoot y'all shot. Kay in the chat. She said the door is open, yo.
It all depends. Okay. So, yeah. I have a checklist that I have to go through, and if you don't pass that checklist, then
Hey, y'all better start unfollowing them OnlyFans girls before you follow Kay. Y'all better start hitting unfollow before you get canceled out.
And the thing is, I wasn't in OnlyFans, but I used to be a model, so I know about like all the crap that, you know, they put us through and all of the unrealistic expectations that you had to do and all that stuff. And it's like some of the stuff you kind of take with you, some of the stuff you don't take with you. So, you know, but that's kind of like where I see things through a different view, because living and growing up in LA and all that stuff and seeing certain things, it's like I know a couple of things or two that a lot of people aren't privy to. But, you know, and I'll let people in on it, but whether it depends on if their mind can take it or not. So that's the thing, because it's just like, you know, Hollywood is all scripted, seriously.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, absolutely.
And then when it comes to Larry Elder, he's not what the RNC is looking for. RNC is looking for somebody subservient. And as much as, you know, everybody's like, oh, well, you know, don't go to the Democrat side because the Democrats think this of, you know, black people. Don't go to the Republican side because the Republicans think this. It's like neither side could care less about you. It's like, you know, they have their own expectations for people of color. And as long as you stay in that square where they put you, and you're complacent with where they put you, they'll take you. But if you decide to jump out of that box, that's where they have a problem. And see, the thing is, it's becoming, they're starting to take, like I referred to in the chat, the they live glasses. Everybody put, you know, when you put the they live glasses on, you can see people for who they are. I think people need to start seeing the Democratic and Republican Party honestly for who they are.
Couldn't agree more.
And it's like, honestly, it may be time for a new party. If you have enough people that will look at both sides and say no, because it's all about a majority. And yes, I know, like in some areas, when it comes to politicians, they're selected, not elected. But it's like in the lower levels, yes, they are. Yeah. So it's like we need to start representing who we are. We are the working middle class. We are the ones that everybody's building their backs off. You know, they're building everything off of our backs. So we need to start raising up and we need to start speaking up. And when we start speaking up and coming together in numbers, no matter our race, no matter, you know, where we are, what we do, whatever, then they will start to see us as a threat. But as long as they can continue to divide us over simple things, they will laugh and no longer see you as a threat.
Big facts.
But when you start coming together and you start realizing what they're trying to do to you, just like how they're trying to sneak the masks back on everybody, how they're trying to force the injections on everybody again. Unfortunately, I think that people are so, there's a lot of people out there that are so complacent right now. They're going to follow along. Because I still see people where I live. They're going through, they're wearing their mask, but yet and still they're touching all the groceries at the grocery store. They're opening doors and all this stuff. And it's make it make sense.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate the call, okay?
Yes, Hotep and Build.
Hotep and Build. She right. She's not wrong. Not wrong at all. Retro Neon, $1. He over on Rumble, he said, I agree that men should stop watching porn, fuck porn. Also, would you agree that a man should never fall in line with a woman because that will turn her off and not want to be with him? That's a good question. Rumble, 100 likes is your goal. Let's get us up to 100 likes. YouTube, how many likes are we at YouTube? Please tell me. 103. YouTube, let's get to 150 if possible. Can we get 150? Let's get to 150. Couple of light goals. It's a good question, Retro Neon. Genius, you can call in. Hotep Genius, you can call in. It's not, relationships aren't so black and white like that. Like, it's not so black and white. Like, either this or that. And, you know, at some point your lady gonna be in charge, and at some point you're gonna be in charge. You guys gotta figure out, you know, when that is, right? Like, for me, it's like, you know, I think a woman should be in charge of nutrition. You know, here's the diet that, you know, I prescribe for the family. This is what we gonna eat, you know, and hopefully that's well researched and, you know, thought through and agreed upon. But they, you know, a man can't lead in every area of life. That's why you have a woman there, you know, to be your eyes and ears in another vicinity. Here we go.
Call.
Yo.
What's up, Hotep? It's been a minute.
What up? Welcome back.
How's it going, man? Yeah, they don't want Larry Elder up there, man, because that's the beginning of the end. That's the beginning of the change, you know?
Damn. So Larry Elder, a real one.
Yeah, he a real one for real. And the thing is, like, he may seem like he's got that, might have seemed like he had that little party loyalty thing going on for him, but Larry Elder is loyal to the logic of things. He's loyal to the people firstly. Like, he gonna tell it like it is. And if he get in there, just like Jonah said, just like Goldstein said, just like everybody else said, Strong Dad, that's just like Strong Dad said, he get up there and he start getting black people interested, then there goes the race side of things, right? And here comes the class side of things. And once everybody figures out it's a class issue, not a race issue, that's it for them.
Facts. And Larry, so you're saying Larry Elder is that Trojan horse that could potentially spark that? That's crazy. This is crazy.
There's just certain people in the movement, like on the right, that kind of have that different voice. Like, there's a lot of people on the right now that make me cringe when I see them talk. But he's one of the few people that still kind of have that voice. That's like, okay, he's talking sense. He's not saying crazy stuff. He's not going way out there. He just putting the facts on the ground, right? And you know, you don't always gotta agree with him, right? But he gonna put the numbers in your face. You know, numbers don't always tell the whole story, but they say something.
Yeah, I agree. You know, you can listen to some of these candidates and you just hear, you know, talking point, hot air, talking point, hot air. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like your boy Robert Ramaswamy, man. Oh my gosh, I can't stand that dude.
Why?
I can't stand him because it's just he isn't like, it feels like what he's like putting like this air out of like he's not really for what I'm for. Honestly, like he's like
and what's
like
that?
I have some libertarian values that I want to uphold, and I can't stand the idea of like, oh well, people need to have a certain level of service before they can vote, or we need to like every now and again he got a little gem that he'll put out, but for the most part it's just like, dude, you don't like the people on the right in general don't understand optics, it seems, at this point. So they can get on with that because they just don't understand optics in general. Right. But when it comes to the stuff he says about black people or about race relations in general, he just don't understand that you gotta be able to talk about that stuff, but have the right optics on it.
Yes. Correct. That was like me and Tommy Sotomayor last night. Somebody in the chat said the same thing. It's like, yo, you and Hotep agree on a lot. It's just that Hotep's a lot smoother with it. You're absolutely right.
Right. And if your optics aren't good, if you look crass or if you look bad about the things you're talking about, no one's gonna listen to you.
Big fact.
So I think you know him talking about what did he say? He said he people make mention about the whole LGBTQ thing, and he kind of gave a good answer to me, in my opinion, right? Where he was talking, he basically just said like the T don't even fit in with that, but even so, you guys are trying to enforce like a power of the minority. Power of the majority. A force of majority is already bad, but we can't just because the majority is lopsided doesn't mean we can all of a sudden give the minority all this power too. So like I said, every now and again he'll drop a gem, but right now he got to show me something. So this debate is gonna be his chance to show me something.
All right, we're going to see tonight.
All right.
All right, man. Hotep and Bill.
Hotep and Bill.
Phone lines closed. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Shout out to Haram Life. Appreciate you, bro. Make sure y'all listen to the Haram Life podcast. The Haram Life podcast. Shout out to them. Appreciate you, bro. I just sent a DM to the CEO of Rumble to inquire about streaming the debates tonight exclusively on Rumble. So stand by, subscribe on Rumble, Hotep TV on Rumble. Subscribe over there, and yeah, we may stream the debates tonight. So I'll find out what's going on with that. I did want to handle this one situation on why I would join Fox. But first, here's on left-hand side of your screen, you'll see right there QR code 30% off. It's half off mostly, but that QR code right there will be applied at checkout. This is for our brain pill. It's a brain booster, right? So the formula, people ask about the formula. The formula has here memory amplifiers, brain builders, energy boosters, mood enhancers, and gut health. Gut health has to do with the enteric nervous system. Basically, this is your second brain. Dr. Shiva, some of you guys follow Dr. Shiva. Dr. Shiva has talked about this in regards to immune health, but the gut is the second brain. So, many products out there focused on just the brain. We do a holistic approach to focus, which is why we see such great results from our clients. So once again, another piece I like to always talk about here, the brain builders, because it's one thing to give your brain a boost, right? It's another thing to actually help the brain repair itself and restore it and rebuild it, right? That's a much different thing than saying, hey, take this pill, it's going to give you focus for an hour, or take this pill, give you focus for 2 hours. This is much different. This is a holistic approach, rebuilding the brain so that it's not an hour, it's all day, every day. So that's what you want to do. You QR code. Also, there's a link in the description box below if you want to do it that way. Go get your Master Focus subscription ASAP. And again, it's going to be Grift Report is the coupon code, and that's basically half off, and you'll see it applied at checkout. All right, let's talk about why I would do Fox. I think there's a few advantages to this. Obviously is the audience, right? I get access to a very large audience, which amplifies me, which means that we'd have more people watching the Grift Report, because if I was at Fox, I'd still be doing my thing, except it'd be way more viewers in here, so I get to boost my profile. Obviously it's going to come with a salary, right? So therefore, I'd boost my income. As a result, I'd get way more sponsors, and overall, my bank account would probably 10x by being on Fox. Being on Fox would 10x my bank account, right? And I need that. I got fucking kids and shit. Got 4 of them motherfuckers. So I need to 10x it just so I can, put them into, better programs for whatever, right? But the other aspect is like the network, right? Like being at Fox gives me leverage in various networks. Not only the Fox network, but, if I were to reach out to, let's say, Royce White and say, hey, I'd like to have you on Fox News, Royce would be like, all right, I'm there. Now I wouldn't, because his views on them people, but just saying, or Jason Whitlock, or just, or maybe not Jason because he used to work there. They might not like that. But I'm 0 for 2 right now. But, what comes to mind really to me is like a connection to entertainers, potentially talking to entertainers on a platform in a way that's safe and doesn't crush their career, but still we can talk about things. So being able to leverage the Fox network to meet more people. What else? Learn, right? Like, I want to learn. I want to learn the broadcast industry. I'm broadcasting. I'd like to learn. I want to be as good as Tucker. And Tucker was built at Fox. So if, I'd like to know, what are they teaching in these rooms? This news broadcast room. What am I doing wrong when I broadcast? Why are people unsubscribing from my channel? What would make them subscribe to a channel? These things, like these insider tips or whatever. So yeah. That's pretty much why I would do the Fox thing. Said talk to Rumble. I'm in talks with Rumble, but got to get the numbers up, man. The numbers aren't, what do we got? How many subscribers we got? We're approaching 4K on Rumble. We're approaching 4K. That's not bad. We're growing a lot faster on Rumble than we are YouTube. YouTube, we're actually not growing. We've reached stagnation, mostly because like people are like unsubscribing or something, or YouTube's unsubscribing them. I'm not exactly sure what's happening, but we did get a bump last night because of Gutfeld. So we did get a bump last night. Anytime I do Gutfeld, we get a good bump, especially on YouTube. Probably because it says YouTube host on the screen when I'm on Gutfeld. So yeah. Don't eat on camera. Keep your hands with your face. Yeah, I know, but I be hungry, like I don't eat all day. I fast in the morning. I don't eat at breakfast. Says, I don't think you have to explain yourself, HJ, go forth and build. Well, it's not that I wanted to explain myself, because I'm against explaining myself. So if you ever see me explaining myself, I'm not doing it because I want to explain myself, because I'm vehemently against explaining myself. It's more like, if I see an opportunity to teach, I'm going to use it, right? So I want people to understand this, because my decision to take on the Fox might not be understood. Therefore, people might not know how to maneuver when they get in my position. Should I take this? Why should I take this? And me, I like to talk about business. That's another thing. Like, that's one of my hot topics, is talking about business. So, making business moves is something I'm always going to talk about, just because businesses is like in like the core of my heart. Like, that's aside from analyzing current events and social interactions. Outside of that, like, really, like, my start as a kid was in business. Like, I was just like bred to be a businessman, and I'm pretty good at it. I just have too many morals, which doesn't make me that good at it, because there's some things I just won't do for money. And I've had people approach me to push certain types of products on here, and I'm like, I don't think I want to do that. I remember one company. I'm gonna tell you, I'm like a prude idiot, because I had this one company hit me up, and this happened to me twice actually. This company said, "Hey, we got this website, and we want to build it up." Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I looked at it. I'm like, yeah, whatever. So they cut the check. This is back when I had my marketing agency. They cut the check. We began working together. And I'm looking at the site, and I'm like, I had to call a meeting with dude. I was like, yo, is this a porn site? Like, it wasn't nude women, but there was like a lot. He sold it to me as like they were models selling like posters and stuff like that. But I started looking, like I started going through the accounts of these women, and I'm like, this is like right before OnlyFans hit. And I'm like, yo, is this a porn site? He was like, well, we were trying to get away from that and move, because what really hooked me was he had merch from Stan Lee, Marvel, the creator of Marvel. So it was that, and they had a UFC fighter. So when I saw those two things, I was like, dope. And they had a bunch of models. I really wasn't even looking at the models. I was like, oh, you got Stan Lee? Of course we can run ads on a Stan Lee product. Let's do that, But then I started digging into the site, and I was like, what the fuck? And then I looked at the name, and the name was like Boobsers or something. It wasn't that blatant, but I looked at the name like, wait, y'all tried to build the porn site. Then after the Rogan thing, another company hit me up, and it was like a streaming site, like Kick or Rumble. And I'm like, yeah, I'm down. I went to go look at this site, and it's bitches getting naked. And I'm like, nah, I can't do this, bro. I can't get behind this product, man. You want me to send people to a it was basically Twitch with bitches getting naked. It was OnlyFans / Twitch. Yeah, it was a Twitch / OnlyFans mashup. And chicks were talking about video games and shit, but they were like video games and anime, I guess, but they were getting naked. And I was just like, yo, this is some weird shit. So there's some things I won't do. I'm very ethical in what I do. That's why if you see me drop a product like Master Focus, you should definitely get it, because I put a lot of heart and soul and mind and mindfulness into it to make sure like this is actually good for people, because I can't put my name on some shit that's some bullshit. But like I said, yeah, I'm not explaining myself. I just thought that twatch. I just thought that was a great opportunity to teach people, because I know we got some people in here, they're in their 20s, they're young, and they're, trying to learn the way of life, et cetera, and they don't have that insight. They wouldn't understand, like, why would, Hotep Jesus do something like that? Yo, stay independent. It's like the difference between being Styles P and Jadakiss, right? Like, Styles P was like, nah, we could just do independent. And he does do it independent, and he does it successfully. But Jadakiss is like, I'm about to go take this $1 million deal, this $1 million guarantee from the record labels and drop another album. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's $1 million. Jay-Z and Dame Dash, right? Like, Dame Dash, he's like, I'm going to do it by myself. I'm independent, blah, 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 blah. And Jay-Z's like, I'm going to work with big corp. Hotep Jesus is going to work with big corp. I'm Jay-Z. I'm not Dame Dash. I love Dame Dash. I follow him on Instagram, watch all of his content, highly inspirational. One of my idols, been an idol of mine since the early Rockefeller days. I always looked at him as like the brain behind Rockefeller, and I still respect him as the brain behind Rockefeller. But my style is more Jay-Z. That's just my style. I don't fear big corp, right? Like, you have some people, they do business with big corp, and then afterwards they're like, oh my God, I got a shitty deal. They fucked me over. And I'm like, you ain't check your contract? Like, it should have been in your contract. So, if I do a deal with big corp and I get fucked, I'm not coming to the internet to cry about it. I'll just eat that and learn from it and say, okay, that's something else I probably should have had in my contract. So the next time I do a deal with big corp, I'll have that in my contract and I'll do business. I've gotten fucked by tech companies out of deals. Didn't have my contract set up. I didn't come out here and be like, yo, this company fucked me and put them on blast. No, that shit's corny. That shit's corny to me. It's my fault. I should have made sure my paperwork was tight. If my paperwork was tight, I wouldn't have got screwed out of 4%, you know what I mean, from 12% to 8% behind my back. Like, I just, so, but that's my fault. Like, because I went off of handshake deals and not official documents, that type of stuff. So, especially with AI now, AI could write your contract. So I think people need to we should see less complaining, because you can take the contract that the attorney gives you and put it into AI and ask AI, what are some potential things in this contract that could harm me, and see what it says. This is like free attorney advice, which is back in the day, you didn't get that, right? So nowadays, there's no excuse to really get screwed in as many deals as badly. Now, AI is not flawless. You're still going to need to take that thing to an attorney, but at the least you can begin something or get something in paper. Because let's say it's a deal and you can't afford to get an attorney. Have AI write the contract up, spit it out. At least you have something in writing. Something is better than nothing. So at least you have something signed by you both, in writing. If you really don't trust a person, record them signing the document. And But if you got a little bit of money, hire the attorneys. I got a deal going through soon. I'll be talking to Sharose and those guys. They got a law firm. They handle most of my stuff. And I'll be signing a contract with some friends soon, but we're going to put everything in writing. You know, that's interesting. You wouldn't consider yourself independent now. You have integrations with Big Corp, but you seem indie from the outside looking in. I actually don't have any integrations with Big Corp. Big Corp does not pay me. I do not get a check from Big Corp. Getting a check from Big Corp would be like me doing a deal with like Ciroc, right? Like Ciroc does a deal with Diddy. Diddy says he loves the bottle. They say, okay, here's your 2% and here's your bonus. Here's your upfront pay, right? Like there's some advanced, that, and then your quarterly payout. I'm not getting paid by Big Corp. I don't have a Big Corp backing. I'm not Jadakiss, where I've signed a deal with a record label, right? That would be different. If I sign contracts with Fox and we did a deal, that would be integrations with Big Corp. But just because I have a YouTube channel or Rumble channel, that doesn't really count. Doesn't really count. You know? And I'm looking for that big check. Daily Wire, Crowder, Glenn Beck. I don't give a damn. I wouldn't take any check. Like, it can't just be any network. But those I mentioned, Fox, I would definitely, I'd take a check. But I think really the only thing that's got me like, I would take a check is really because I got kids. If I didn't have kids, I wouldn't take the check. I'll tell you right now, I'd be independent because, I could ball out by myself. But having kids is just like, I'd love to put more money into their future. Let's just put it like that. I'll be back tomorrow, 2 p.m. We may or may not, I'm waiting for Rumble to hit me back. We may or may not stream the debates tonight over on Rumble, Hotep TV on Rumble. So subscribe there, hit the like button on your way out. Don't forget to get your subscription to Master Focus, and I will see you later.
Yeah, I can try to get that handled for you. Again, it's only my second day, so if you can give me a second. How am I supposed to do this? How the hell are we supposed to do this by 5 o'clock?
I have no clue.
Is that possible? Hey, do you have the password to... How'd you finish all your work already?
He's not tapped in. How'd you get that done so quick?
They think they're gonna be able to budget that?
It's money. That's money right there. You understand? You guys finished your work 6 hours early?
He's not tapped in.